Good afternoon. Welcome back to my little slice of the YouTube universe. I'm Scotty, and I go by Carnivore Scott here. And please pardon the work we're doing and the attempts at putting out the short videos and these videos. But this is a video that is for me to get a better grip on what I'm doing and to stay organized and to stay motivated. And I just thought I would share with you today some observations and some things I'm doing. And one of the things I did today is, you'll see right here, is I went ahead and did some more of the cross trainer. Here we are. Level 10, 80 RPM. Five. And here we go. Come on. Back down to level 2 after 5 intervals. And let me show you what this. Then, having done the cross trainer, I ate some bowl of meat because that's what sounds good. I actually had some shrimp. They were those breaded shrimp, but I took the breading off along with the tails. So I threw the breading and the tails away, and I had a couple little shrimps because I like the flavor. And I had a bunch of hamburger and some butter on it. Having a little coffee with some butter in it right now to make sure I keep my fat intake up because I'm only in week 2. I've just finished 2 weeks. As I'm going into my 3rd week, one of the things I want to make sure I keep doing is not to get too lean yet. Again, did some exercise today like we saw, and that's married up with yesterday being my first day doing exercise, and I did sleep well last night. I suspect I'll sleep well this evening as well, as I did more. Also yesterday, I did some swimming, but I'm not going to put the picture in or the video because, well, uh, I know plumbers have plumbers crack. I didn't know swimmers could have swimmers crack. And we're just not going to put that video out there. I want to save you. I like you. I don't want to offend you. Not really. Other than that, things, I'm not going to weigh myself every day either. I was weighing myself every day, and there's just so many fluctuations. There's no other way to say it. Everybody tells you the same thing, and they'll tell you don't weigh in every day. And then you weigh in every day, ups and downs. And now I'm only going to weigh in once a day, but I don't know what day to weigh in. Probably going to weigh in on Fridays because weekends I tend to go out to eat. And while I've maintained my carnivore way of life to 99.9%, that 1% was a few sprigs of broccoli. Don't you just love it when magic happens and now the door's closed? The magic of video. But I left off with having a few sprigs of broccoli. And then the other day at a Mexican restaurant, I had, that white dipping cheese you can get? Well, they made that as an appetizer with meat in it. And I used my fork and strained out the meat. But I think that cheese and all the salt and whatever. Didn't work out well for me. So I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna roll back on the cheese. Eggs is still a pretty good part of my diet. You can see there's a picture right here of some eggs and stuff I ate. And at another breakfast the other day, I ate this. And all in all, I'm feeling pretty good. I noticed that my ankle, did you hear that word? That's a stipulation. They're ankles today, not cankles. And hope springs eternal that they will remain ankles and not revert to cankles. But we'll have to wait to see. Yet, I did stay true to the way, and but I will say this, in all honesty, and putting all the silliness a little bit aside, there is do find myself still like a teenager in front of the refrigerator, just staring, just looking, thinking, I could have something, and then I look in there and I see, no, no, no. Well, it's nice to visit you, Mr. Refrigerator. Good to see things are doing well in here, but I got to tap out, and away I go. So there are some cravings. I got a little bored today. I'm tired. I went out to did that cross trainer thing again, and today I um, added a twist in that I did some high intensity interval training, some HIIT training, right? And so 15 to 20 seconds of as fast as I can go, which isn't really that fast. So I don't want to break the poor little machine, but about 15 seconds all out, and then anywhere between 40 seconds to 2 minutes of rest. I did 5 of those circuits, and I only did 15 minutes of total exercise. I spent 2 minutes warming up and 3 minutes cooling down. So in 10 minutes, I did five rotations. The first one, I went from level 2 effort to level 10 effort. I had about like a 40 second break. And then the second one, I went up to level 12, and then I had about a minute and a half rest. The third one, I went up to level 14, and then I had like a 2 minute, 2.5 minute rest between that one and the final one. And for the final one, I went back down. I only went, since I went back down, when I ramped it up, I should say, I went back up to only 10 and went as hard as I could and then did my cool down. And let me tell you, that was enough. That was enough. And I could feel the burn in my shoulders. It hurt tonight. Take a Tylenol. And I was sweating profusely. And then I sat down immediately, had myself a nice big bowl, like I said, of ground beef, butter, a couple little scrimps, and anything else in that bowl? Oh, yeah, and 2 scrambled eggs. Yeah. So great protein within 4 minutes of getting off the exercise machine. So that's good. Now, the only thing I need to do is add some floor work, and I.e., doing some planks. That's the word. But other than that, that's pretty much what we've done today here for our, or my journey. And as I look at my show notes, I just want to be sure I let you all know that, hey, I really appreciate all the support, the pushing of the like button on the short buttons or the short videos, and pushing the like here on these videos. I mean, it may seem pathetic or petty, but when you log in and you see that people saw your content and that people gave you a thumbs up. Now I can only give you a half a thumbs up on this side. I can give you a whole thumb up here. Well, 1.5 is the best I can do. But when you see I thought it was funny when you see that reaction. It's very motivating. So I appreciate those likes. Appreciate the comments. People are starting to comment, and I really do appreciate it. And I do want to invite you on this journey, this magnificent quest that some of us are doing together, others are watching, and some have already long past the milestones I'm still approaching. But as they say with an ancient wisdom, the longest journey begins with the first steps, and you're more likely to get there if you'll continue stepping. So I really do appreciate it. And of course, it may seem also that I'm somewhat of a fanboy of Carnivore Kip, but that young man has just captivated my heart in that he is so dedicated and for the right reasons. And I really appreciate his kind words and his inputs, and being able to watch what he has done and to model myself. Because as you sit here, look at me, at me in this screen, I don't look like I'm way overweight or anything, but you saw in those videos. You saw how much extra weight I'm carrying, and that's not healthy, and that's got to stop. I love his the sign he has in the back that says, "The fat in my family tree stops with me." Pretty awesome there. Of course, there's Carrie at Homestead now, and there's Bill Knott, and there's so many more out there. And I would gladly mention other people's names here, but I'm not so sure that everybody wants their name mentioned. But I do appreciate the comments, the likes, and the follows, and I encourage you to do that some more because it is a pick me up. And well, that's kind of the fuel we need to run on sometimes when we're down a little bit. The other day, I was a bit in the doldrums, and to pick my phone up and to look and see someone had pushed a heart button on a comment or something that just it lifts my spirits. It is. It's the lift beneath my wings, so to speak. So anyway, as I said, making sure that I have hit my little list of things to say. And again, this looks to be a very interesting quest. And I invite all of you to join me. And I look forward to joining you and hearing about your successes, your trials, to hear your advice of when something happens, how do you navigate that? Like one comment recently was about the electrolytes and how I make my own electrolytes. Of course, I'm not going to go out there and get Gatorade, and I don't want to get the artificial sweeteners. I'm trying to get off of them. Got one. I use saccharin. I use a little hard pills, and I put one of those in my cup of coffee. You know, I've gone from a cup to cup and a half of sugar a day in my 13 to 16 cups of coffee I had a day, and I'm down to about 2 cups of coffee and one little tablet. So we're getting there, and I can get off of. I've gotten off before, but in all this change, it's one place that I can take my comfort, and I do. And when I get it completely taken care of, hey, another bonus, another a gold star day for Scotty. But as far as we go back to the electrolytes, I make my own. Cheap that way. Just don't want to buy all that Gatorade. And I'm sure Elements probably better for me. Probably has 17 different vitamins or minerals I need. Critical, critical. Now sometimes, there's a law of diminishing returns. I may not get it right, but it says the more and more you want to perfect something, the more and more you have to invest in it to get less and less improvement. So if you're going to get less improvement, and I'm at the beginning of this journey, I'm in a place where 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds in a week may not be uncommon. But there's going to be a day when it's like 1 pound in that week. I am looking forward to that trouble. But not right now, not in the next month or two. No, it that way. But again, my recipe, and you can look at another video, but my recipe is pretty simple. I pour it into my hand. I got a pretty good sized hand, but I pour some regular table salt or sea salt with iodine in it. I put that in it. Got to be careful on your iodine. You got to get it. No one wants a goiter. I put the salt in the hand. I put that in my shaker cup. Then I go get some of that fake salt, which is pure potassium chloride, and I put about the same volume in my hand, but the weight is different. as you might imagine. And I put that into my cup, and then I go and I get some magnesium carbonate. Again, I wanted glycinate or glycinate. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. If there are any of you out there who know how to pronounce it, let me know. But I put the magnesium, the potassium, and the sodium chloride, right? I put all that into my cup and give it a good shake, and I find that that helps with the cramps, you know. And you got to be careful with the magnesium because you know milk of magnesia, you know that could play havoc with your intestinal tract, and we don't want to do anything to mess with the gut motility. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, motility. That's the word. But so that's what I do, and I know we'll comment on there. So yeah, let's all go on this quest. Let's be safe on this quest. And I know I didn't put this in the beginning. Maybe I'll have to make a disclaimer slide. One of the cool. Hey, wow, gee. Make a cool slide that says, "I'm not a doctor. I never played a doctor. I didn't sleep in a chain motel or hotel. Just a guy on a quest, trying to follow the best advice. Tuning it in, tuning it in a little bit for me. It could be a little different for you. You know, we're all going to be adults here and understand that what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. But I'm not gonna rain on your parade because it worked for you or it didn't work for you. And I don't expect anybody to do it back. I mean, I cannot believe the people I hear that rain on other people's parades and say, "Oh, you shouldn't give any advice because you're fat and out of shape." Well, those people have never been coached by elite coaches because elite coaches are people who've done what you want to do, generally speaking, rule of thumb. They've done what you want to do at an elite level. You can't maintain that elite level forever. So the aches and pains and vagaries of life creep in and you don't look like Adonis anymore. Doesn't mean your brain isn't full of things. Isn't that a problem our society has already? We put so much vanity on looks or something, or some performance parameter that only maybe a 25-year-old in a peak condition with everything right, genetically, gifted for something. And what do? We say, wow, you don't look like that, so why would I take advice from you? Look, you need to get off this bus. If that's the way you want to be, I don't need that negativity. I have plenty of my own to deal with. I don't need a negative Nelly riding on my bus. Took a class one time, and the class had it was about organizational performance, and they said, you can get the right people, and you can get them on the bus, but you need the right people on the right bus at the right time to get to the destination you want to go to. You got to build your crew. And negative Nellies, we don't need them now. People who have voices of reason through experience, people who can couch something to you with experience and wisdom. What's the old saying? Just because you can say something doesn't mean you need to say it. Other than common courtesy. It's common courtesy to say yes and no and please and thank you. Maybe throw in a yes, sir, and no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Right? That's common courtesy. And here at Carnivore Scott, in my universe, I'm going to try to follow that because everybody matters, right? Everybody has a story. And, I just think that we need to remember that common courtesy is the grist, it's the lubrication that helps a society or a group move through the challenges and the terrain around us. That. I'm going to let you all have the rest of your day back. I appreciate you joining me. Again, God bless. Take care. Bye bye.